My friend, I've known him for like 5 years, and he was heavily pushing on me along with my boyfriend to abort. Like my friend was literally telling me since abortion is illegal here in Texas that he would take me to New Mexico to get the procedure done. And so I was feeling hopeless. I felt like I had no other option, but all I knew was I wanted to keep my baby. So when I found out I was pregnant, we had just freshly become homeless because somebody kept breaking into our home. And so our final straw was when they broke into my daughter's bedroom. And so that kind of caused us to be like, okay, hey, it's not safe here. We don't have a plan. We don't have anything going for us, but we need to go for our safety. So we had to just like up and leave. Like one day we had a home, next day we didn't. And I found out I was pregnant, like during the time that we were like at the house packing everything up because we were staying with my boyfriend's parents for a few days while we packed up everything. And when we were there, I just noticed I wasn't feeling like myself. Like I was sick. I started having pimples, and I never have pimples. And so I was like, this is weird. Like I'm not feeling like myself. And so I got a test. I took it at the house that we were just moving out of, and it came back positive. And so we ended up packing up the house. Me and my boyfriend were like discussing what to do. And then we had moved in. One of my friends is a landlord. He rents out studios, so were able to move in with him for a little bit. And so yeah, so we moved in there, and my friend, I've known him for like 5 years, and he was heavily pushing on me along with my boyfriend to abort. Like my friend was literally telling me since abortion is illegal here in Texas that he would take me to New Mexico to get the procedure done. And so I was feeling hopeless. I felt like I had no other option, but all I knew was I wanted to keep my baby. And so I started doing research on Google, and I ended up stumbling across Off and Live. And in a last ditch effort to figure out how I'm going to keep my baby, I submitted like an inquiry on the website. And then next day I had to call back, and I had somebody going over like a plan for me and what I can say, what I can do to tell my boyfriend and give him and me a way to like figure out how to keep our baby. My 3-year old at the time. I had her, and just already being homeless with her, and I didn't have a job. My boyfriend's job was struggling, and it just seemed like we had no way to care for another little baby because we could hardly care for ourselves at the time. Like where we were going to live and what we were going to do was just very uncertain back then. Yeah, it was very hard because my boyfriend was just like, we're surviving off my income. My income is hardly enough to like do anything. We have a whole bunch of like stuff we have to pay for here soon if we're gonna stop being homeless. Like I gotta get us an apartment. I have to like pay 2,000 because he does Uber, and he has a rental car, and it costs him like $2,000 a month for this rental car. And his income is the only income right now. And so he had to pay for the car. We had to like save up to get an apartment because we were not prepared to just up and move and lose our home. It was very overwhelming. I know that like I mostly just kept quiet because I felt like anytime I would say something about keeping the baby, all I would be constantly reminded by everybody that I just apparently was not possible, at least in their minds. And I was like, there has to be a way. There has to. Like, this cannot just be like the only option for me and the baby. But we were on very rocky terms. I honestly was not sure if we would like make it together because we weren't talking. He didn't want to have the conversation too much about the baby. Just all he wanted to be let known was that we couldn't afford it. We couldn't do it. And so he was working a lot. We weren't talking a lot. We weren't able to have sit downs. We weren't able to have like those deep conversations that we just needed to have. And so when I finally got in touch with Let Them Live, the person I talked to told me that I need to sit him down and we need to talk it out. And if it doesn't work out between us, then they can help me get a plan going on like shelters and places that me and my other kid could go. Um, and so we did end up talking it out, and we came to the understanding like we he said that he would consider it. he said he would start thinking about it, he would take it more personally than just giving me a very light answer, and just tell me the first thing that pops up in his mind. And so we end up having more deep conversations. We end up talking things out. My Let Them Live counselor helped me get a plan, and I showed him the plan. And it just, after that, it started seeming doable, like it could happen. And so when I finally gave him that plan of like what we can do to keep the baby, he stopped pushing it on me and he started accepting that we were keeping the baby. On that plan, they were telling me about like other resources. I believe they told me about Embrace Grace, which is a program where I attend 12 classes and they'll give me a baby shower with everything I need for the baby. So babies first coming into the world expenses were taken care of. We are still using a lot of that stuff. My Let Them Live counselor, bless her soul, she was so sweet. She was able to she lived in Austin, but they would visit her boyfriend's parents in spring, and she was actually able to get me a few things for the baby too. Jalea, yeah. She was so sweet. She was so understanding, and she was always there to listen to me and let me vent and give me advice, resources, and anything I needed. And then Let Them Live also got me in contact with another program who is I think Catholic Charities or something. And my baby is about to be 9 months old, and they are still helping us with diapers and wipes. And I have had to buy 1 pack of diapers since my baby has been born. Like, they just hooked me up with all these resources, and my baby was set when she came into this world. And then on top of it, the charity that my counselor gave me the info for, that's still sending the diapers and wipes, they also gave me furniture bank vouchers. So when we finally got our apartment, we were able to get it fully furnished. Basically, like, once my baby came into this world, thanks to Let Them Live and the resources and help and advice that everybody has given me, my baby was set. And she is still set to this day. In the very beginning, my support was Let Them Live. Because my best friend and my boyfriend were not supportive. And so when I found out about Let Them Live and I contacted them, they became my first support system. So they helped me until I was able to convince my boyfriend that we got this, like, we can do this. And then once my boyfriend was on board, it seemed like very shortly after my best friend accepted that, hey, like, this baby is happening no matter what. And so he accepted it. And he is now, funny enough, an uncle to my kiddos, both of them. He loves her to death. I believe in his mind, he was looking out for me. And he knew my circumstances and he didn't think it could happen. And that seemed like the easy route out. But sometimes the easy route out is not always the best route. And so, once he realized that we were keeping the baby, he became very accepting and he became very helpful. He showed up to my baby shower, and he rooted us on. And then, once we actually figured out we were keeping the baby, my boyfriend's parents and my boyfriend's family became our support system too. This is their first biological grandbaby from their son. So they were just instantly in love. And then Embrace Grace too. They were an amazing support system. I'm still friends with a few of the girls I attended with, and we all seemed like we were going through harsh like circumstances, and we have just been able to like grow together even after the program ended. It made them more supportive because they didn't know these resources existed. They thought it was just all going to be like placed on my boyfriend and me, and I wasn't able to work because at the beginning I was having some medical issues. I was bleeding because I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was like bleeding around the placenta. And then on top of it, I had placenta previa, and so I was just bleeding. And it was not fun, but, I didn't work because of that, and so they thought it was just all gonna be on my boyfriend. They didn't know my boyfriend, my friend, nobody thought that my boyfriend could do it on his own. And so once I told him, "Hey, it doesn't have to be all you. Like, we have these resources I can tend to in my free time, and I can do it in my free time, and I can get, like, the majority that we need for the baby, and you can just focus on getting us an apartment, getting us set up for success for when the baby gets here." So it seems like it took a lot off his plate when I told him that he doesn't have to worry about buying anything for the baby. He just needs to focus on getting us set, which he had to do anyways. So once I took the added stress of the baby off of him, he just seemed a lot more relaxed about it. I honestly, like, the thought of me even considering that still honestly hurts my soul. So I don't know what I would have done without her. Like, for me to even consider that, like, uh, it seems like anytime I find out I'm pregnant, I just immediately have a bond with them. I'm just like, my baby. If I would have gone the other way, I think I would still, like, need intense counseling. I wouldn't have been able to get over it. Like, I would still be battling that emotionally, and I wouldn't have been able to live with it. So this time, we have everything set. I'm still a stay-at-home mom, but my boyfriend's job's going a lot better, and I've already signed up for Embrace Grace. I've already signed up for a bunch of different resources that I found out about for my last pregnancy, with Maddie. And this one, once again, it was unplanned. But I have the resources I need. And so when me and my boyfriend found out, he did have like that little bit of a moment where he's like, abortion is on the table. But I had a moment where I was bleeding and I was scared about having like a miscarriage or ectopic pregnancy, and something didn't sit right about that with him, and so he told me, hey, yeah, no, this is our baby. So honestly, the only relationship I could have seen being fractured by me choosing to keep Maddie was my relationship with my boyfriend, because of his overwhelming amount like on his plate. But we pulled through. My friend Tino, my best friend, he he was also pushing abortion for this one, but I was like, hey, no, I'm keeping my baby. And he was like, okay, so when do I tell my mom? When do I tell my mom you're having the baby? It just seems like that they are trying their best to look out for me, but they're not doing it in a way that I personally agree with. And so this time when I told him, it stopped. It stopped right then and there. And it was just, when do we share the news? Yeah, no, it seems like once me and my boyfriend start having those deep conversations, that's when instead of being so stressed that we start drifting apart, once we start having those deep conversations, it just seems like we realize that we need each other. If you're in this hard time, like, we need to stick to with each other like glue, and we need to work it out together. Honestly, my last pregnancy and this pregnancy were all three of my pregnancies were unplanned, but the pro-life movement helped me the most with my first pregnancy. My first pregnancy, I had my kid when I was being sex trafficked. And so she was a result of that. And so the pro-life movement then, they helped me a lot, but also I guess the pro-life movement, I feel like, is doing an amazing job of making women feel supported, making women educated on their options, giving resources, and just being with these like scared ladies and girls along every step of the way. Um, I guess, like, if I had to criticize anything, I just wish that a lot of churches would be more supportive and realize like that not everybody's circumstances are the same, because when I got pregnant at 15 with my first, and I was thrown out of my church because of it. Yeah, I'm growing closer to God again. It took me a lot to realize that that's not everybody. I guess, like, for the pro-life movement, if you're gonna call yourself pro-life, just be understanding and compassionate with it too, because that's definitely like a lot of it is you have to realize that a lot of these girls are scared, and a lot of them are coming from really, really, really bad backgrounds. I would say stop, just pause for a moment and go within yourself and ignore everybody else. Ignore your appointment, ignore these people. Just go within yourself and think about, what do you want? What do you need? And then just what can you do? Who can you reach out to? And just research, because a lot of mine was just researching, because I had no clue where to start when I wanted to keep my baby. So I looked up organizations that will help me keep my baby when I am considering abortion. Pro-life organizations. And so if you want to keep your baby, then Research was my best friend, and that's how I found my support. That's how I found organizations that helped me get everything I needed for my baby. It's how I was able to convince people that I'm able to keep my baby, or not convince, but tell people I'm able to convince or keep my baby with this plan. So I would say just stop, pause, ignore, and think. Really, really think. If you are spiritual and praying, pray, reflect. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. It's about your feelings. You are the mother. It's all about you. The support in the WhatsApp group has been absolutely amazing. It's made me stronger because it has basically opened my eyes that I'm not alone. No matter what, no matter who leaves, no matter who stays, I'm not alone. There's always somebody there who will listen, help me, support me, and just overall be there for me and my kids. So this experience has just shown me that, like, no matter what, I'm never alone. Oh, a huge role. She was the very beginning of me, like, realizing that I need to speak up, because that was a lot of my issue. Was I was too scared to speak up. I'm only 21, and so I'm just learning my voice. And so she helped me realize that, like, I need to speak up about things, and I need to, like, voice my concerns. I need to voice my frustrations. I need to voice, like, what I need. And so I told her, like, what I needed, and she closed mouths don't get fed, basically. She helped me once I voiced, like, what I needed, find resources for what I needed. And so she's played a huge role in just helping me go through my crazy pregnancy and not feel alone, and just get what I needed. The only thing I want to share is just I'm so thankful for Let Them Live. Because of Let Them Live, I was able to keep my last pregnancy, and I feel confident in keeping this one. When I found out I was pregnant, I had no bit of, like, fear. I was like, here we go again. I know where I can turn to.